ஓம் பிரபன்ன பாரிஜாதாய தோத்ரவேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கீதாமிருததுஹே நமஹ. ஏஹி சம்ஸ்பர்ஷஜா போகாः துக்கயோனய ஏவ தே ஆத்யந்தவந்தः கௌந்தேய ந தேஷு ரமதே புதः. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is presenting the nature of a jnani. The real purpose of renunciation is jnanam, spiritual knowledge only. The purpose of jnanam is to perceive the world correctly. Our selfishness will totally vanish. This is the greatest benefit of jnanam. The individuality is totally lost in the presence of jnanam. Mahakavi Bharatiyar said, I am the one who drives this fake, unreal I. A jnani is able to understand and appreciate this very well. Previously, Bhagavan said that a jnani remains highly balanced. He is not overjoyed in favorable situations, nor is he shattered in unfavorable situations. Ye bhogaha, whatever sense pleasures that are experienced by us, samsparishajaha, which are born out of strong contact with the sensory objects. Samyak sparishanam, the sense organs of eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin come into contact with colors, sound, smell, taste and touch. This alone is known as samsparishajam. We already saw in the second chapter, matra sparishastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha Agamapayino nityaha tam stitikshasva bharata. This is the 14th verse in the second chapter. It will be nice if we can recollect the meaning of this verse in this context. When sense organs come into contact with sense objects, we do experience heat, cold and varieties of pleasing and painful experiences. But those experiences are impermanent. They come and go. So we have to endure them. Ye bhogaha. These sense pressures later also become sources of sorrow. Once a person becomes a slave to sense pressures, it starts giving sorrow to him. One will not be able to let go of them. Even when the doctors advise to give up certain things, many will not be able to follow that advice. That causes pain and people around also start suffering because of one's craving for sense pressures. Those who depend on us and those on whom we are dependent all suffer due to sense pressures. That's why Bhagavan calls them as sources of sorrow. Samsparishaja bhogaha dukkhayonayaha eva. Hey Kaunteya, Bhagavan addresses Arjuna and says, Te bhogaha adyantavantaha. Those sense pleasures have beginning and end. While eating we feel joyful. But once we finish, the joy is also gone. We are unable to eat above a certain extent. There are so many such limitations to sense pleasures. These worldly pleasures have beginning and end, and Bhagavan is going to classify them as Rajasa Sukham in the 18th chapter. Teshu buddhaha na ramate. The intelligent will not seek happiness in sense pleasures. Wealth, sense pleasures, position, power, relationships, everything has beginning and end. Buddhaha, a person who has clarity in this knowledge, the one who uses his power of intelligence in a proper manner, will not go after sense pleasures. He will always be very cautious and aware in handling sense pleasures. He has understood his real nature to be Ananda Swarupa. Thus, he does not seek happiness in these external sense pleasures. He does not make any effort to acquire them, or even if he gets them, will not be keen on enjoying those sense pleasures. Yehi samsparishaja bhogaha dukkayonaya evate आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय nateshu ramate buddhaha. My prayerful blessings to all of you. Hari Om.